Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Vargo, and this is episode 9 of Can I Ask You One Question, where we dive into the minds of industry experts and thought leaders, and we try to learn one critical thing from them that we can apply to our professional, maybe even our personal lives. And the topic today is attention, and more specifically, how to get people's attention on social media. So I have with me here today Dr. Joseph Allen, who is founder of Dr. Eye Health, an educational YouTube channel providing information about eye health, ocular disease, and vision products. So, hello, Joseph.
Hi, it's good to see you, Steve. Thanks so much for having me.
Joseph, how many YouTube subscribers do you currently have?
I haven't checked the last few days, but I think it's over 370,000.
370,000. I think the last time I checked mine, it was 27. So for starters, what am I doing wrong? But maybe part of a broader discussion. I think that most people watching this, ODs, some practice owners, don't necessarily aspire to be a YouTube sensation, but most still want to grow their brand through social media, through marketing, and get noticed by potential patients. We still want the attention that comes from marketing through and social media channels in particular. So my question to you, Dr. Eye Health, with over 370,000 subscribers, what are some things people can do to build an audience on social media?
So that is probably the best question ever. I think the biggest thing people can do is, one, realize that what you're posting is not about you. It's about the person you're trying to talk to, the person you're trying to get to their attention from. You need to add value to that person's life. Because if you're just posting very selfish content about yourself, about things that you like or you're doing, people are just going to scroll past that. Inherently, a lot of us are selfish, especially if we're just scrolling through social media. So if you can somehow grab someone's attention about something that's interesting, about their eyes, their vision, just give them a quick tip, something that provides value that they didn't know about, and consistently do that, they're going to like you because you did them a favor. And so when you ask them, hey, if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check us out over on our website. Once you give them that free little nugget of information, you are like their friend, you're their hero. And so when you finally ask for something in return, they're more likely to return the favor for whatever it is that you happen to be asking about. Plus, if it happens to be someone in your area, in your community, they're going to think, oh, I know an eye doctor. This guy, he knows his stuff. I see his posts on social media all the time. So, and you may mention things that they don't even know about, right? Because you may have a specialty in dry eye or vision therapy or anything like that, or just you're talking about contact lenses, like the scleral lenses you fit or the multifocals. They maybe didn't even know that existed. And it's going to blow their mind. So again, you just got to keep adding value and stop just posting about you and yourself or things that you've done. Because really, it's not about you. It's about the person you're talking to. Make it about them.
As just someone who pays attention to different forms of marketing and what gets attention, one thing I tend to see is people that do get a large following, a lot of subscribers, a lot of followers, do a really good job of making an emotional connection with the audience, whether that's through humor, whether it's through storytelling, whether it's through visuals. And you threw out the word just interesting, just be interesting along the way. And I think a lot of doctors, healthcare professionals, the temptation is to go out there and say, I'm going to start creating content, and it becomes very medical oriented, very pragmatic. I'm just going to share medical information. And then they find that nobody's engaging with it. And it just becomes background noise in a sea of content that's already out there. How much of what you do you think, and you might even do some of it without being aware of it, but how much of that do you think goes into building what you've built through a successful YouTube channel being able to make that emotional connection. I think what you've already mentioned is relevant too, directly creating content that's important to the other person. Are there other aspects of that as well that other perhaps doctors, practice owners could incorporate into their own marketing?
I think the big aspect to it is, yes, getting emotion into it. Certainly, if you can combine entertainment and education, or what they call edutainment, is probably the best mix. And there are other YouTube channels, I think, that do this a lot better than I do. Because I still kind of fall back to try to do education, and I do try to explain the science and more the medical aspect to it. But you can't start off that way. You have to somehow hook someone's attention, especially if you can get an emotion attached to it, whether it be anger, fear, or humor. If you can get those emotions to it, they're going to be hooked in, and they're more likely to keep watching and be more invested in it. And I think one of the biggest lessons I learned early on was I had success talking about eye floaters, because how frustrated are our patients who just, they want a cure for their eye floaters. They don't know what they are, and they're so irritated by it. So I think I got kind of lucky in my early YouTube stardom, because I was just educating, like, hey, if I was going to share 3 things to any patient that came in through the door about eye floaters, what would they be? What's a quick video I can do on that? And that helped people just understand what they were experiencing, and they kind of felt and understood what I was talking about. And so it resonated with them, and so it helped grow my channel and my subscribers. So I think trying to find something maybe polarizing or interesting, or something that just people empathize or sympathize with, they feel that struggle, again, whether it be through humor, whether it be through frustration or curiosity even. I think that's going to be the biggest aspect.
Well, thank you so much, Joseph. And for anyone who wants examples of what you do, where do they find out more about you, and where do they go to subscribe to your amazing YouTube channel?
Of course, going to Dr. Eye Health on YouTube, you can search that. I do have other social media things on Instagram. I am technically on things like Twitter and LinkedIn. I'm not as active there, but I'm certainly I will get your messages. I do have a website now, dreyehealth.com, which is very infant in its days. We're slowly building it out to be more of a blog site, and kind of a resource center for people who are following the channel. But that's another place that you may be able to contact us.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Joseph, Dr. Joseph Allen. Thanks for everyone else for listening. You can find the show notes for this and all previous episodes at drstevevargo.com. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.